So you're telling me the Queen is buying more stocks?
Kathy Woods?
Yeah.
No, she bought I think 240,000 shares of Zoom yesterday.
So we got to reclassify these people now. So Kathy Woods is the Queen. Nancy Pelosi is our Empress, and Jay Powell is the Treasurer.
The King.
The King. We got Lord Elon and Papa Polly.
Lord Elon.
Lord Elon, Master of Technology, and Papa Polly. And our Joker is Jeff Baldhead Bezos.
The Joker. Hey, hold on. Zoom's coming back.
Zoom's coming back. All right. This is welcome to Daddy Bits, your trade ideas show hosted by yours truly, the Trading Daddies. I am your host, the Master Crayon Eater, and as always, my amazing co-host.
What's going on? Teflon John here.
A special kind of like live trading episode for you guys today. We've never done this one before. Due to scheduling constraints, John and I decided to record an hour before the market closes. It's still Daddy Bits. This actually is pretty nice. We could do like a live session, like, hey, this is what's happening right now. This is pretty cool. I don't know why we've never done this before. We should do this more often. I like this. Is the market bouncing? Today is showing us some signs of health, right? People are buying the bottoms here, and there might be a scenario where we can see some gap ups tomorrow and more continuation to the upside. So that's the question for today. But before we get to that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice preemptive thumbs up, because John, if they do not give us a thumbs up, on the corner of Detroit and Monument.
For the folks, for the few who knows, you know.
For those who know, you know.
It's like make sure it's like that abbreviation IYKY. YK.
If you know, it's IYKY. IYKY jelly. KY jelly requirement if you're a day walker. Also drop down in the comment section below the stocks you guys want us to cover. Congratulations to the new graduates of the Bust Down Academy. We had our final session. New classes start in 2 weeks, I believe, on the 4th, and we have a seminar today for those who are interested in joining. So if you guys want to go there, make sure you guys hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. Praying and hoping that a trade will reverse when you missed your pivot will make you feel and look like an idiot. Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. A 9. See, on a Wednesday, nice hump day 9. I'll take that. On a nice Wednesday. Let's get to it after this intro. All right, as always, right off the gates, let's talk about some member gains.
Member gains. All
right.
Member gains.
Member gains. Member gains. I'm still laughing about the story that you told me earlier. It's so funny.
Let's save it.
It's so funny.
Let's save it for Saturday.
It's so good. It's so good and juicy.
Oh, it is. It's very juicy.
It's so funny. If you guys also haven't yet, make sure you guys watch our latest podcast episode that we recorded over the weekend. It was one of the funniest episodes we've ever done. It is such it's just a continuation coming soon. This is such a delight to have Jeff on and to have both of you guys clash over conflicting trading philosophies are still the highlights of my weekend. Let's take a look at some honest work that was committed today. Tef Lazy Fo Sheezy, Facebook. Good Lord.
That one was a good one. We spoke about it this week.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about it this week, and then we broke it down, the past couple of nights, and here we are. It came into fruition. So
nice. Rowell with some Roku calls, right? Dead Prez with some ride. He's long on ride. Yeah, it's like 4,000 shares. What a savage. 4,000 shares on Ride. I took some Apple to the downside earlier and came out there clean. So I'm happy about that. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks that we want to review. The first one is Facebook.
All right.
John, what's Facebook doing today?
So for Facebook, it was a clean technical bounce. What happened intraday? What we did for our shorts, okay? So remember the past couple of days that we broke it down in the class. First of all, if you are missing out on our premium chat room, we are gonna do a 1 free week for our premium channel. When does that start? Does that start this week or
Sunday?
next week?
Sunday.
Okay. We broke this down in our chat room for the past couple of days in our classroom as well. If you're looking at it, the daily chart, the past couple of days, it was sitting slightly below support. So the support became resistance. Okay. And for this one right here, the price action was it's so funny because they put out some bad news today, right? Just impeccable timing. Timing was just amazing.
It is. And then, it always is.
It's funny because when a chart is setting up on the upside, next thing you know, they're going to put out some really good news, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when the stock is ready to come down, next thing you know, they put out some bad news. All right. Also, Mark Zuckerberg sold about $29 million worth of Facebook. A lot of people, they view that as weakness when it comes to the stock itself, and people will always say, hey, if the CEO or whatever, some insider is selling majority of the shares, well, not majority, but 29 million is probably nothing to him.
Oh yeah,
that's probably like to buy a jet or something, but they view that as bad news, right? And that's what happened. Well, a little bit. That's what happened with Facebook today, and the reason it dumped today was probably because of Mark Zuckerberg selling, and plus more antitrust news. That's always bad news for Facebook. For this one right here, we held on to our puts for this one. I had 7 contracts for Facebook, which I was holding for since yesterday, or a couple of days ago, since I started that position. And then today we were able to, and check this out, we broke this down in the class yesterday as well, how I'm going to cover right in the middle because it's not going to drop 10 points within one day, right? So from 372 to 362, that's a 10-point gap right there. Most likely it will hit right in the middle. So that's why we were able to capitalize $2,000 on this one, which was a really clean trade.
Very clean.
QQQ, bounced towards, well, actually it's bouncing right now. So it broke past the 20, so it's above the 20 again. And then right now you're in limbo between the 9 and the 20. I wouldn't take any trade on this one. So what you want to do, if you are short still, wait till it inches near the EMA 9. Your next ad would be if it breaks the 20. That's it. But who knows? I mean, if QQQ bounces again tomorrow, this might break the 9 on the upside. This might be a dip. So just be prepared for both sides. So
yeah. So that's the reason why our my little daddy, not my daddy, but my
who's your daddy?
My little bust down ad was about pivots, because you would need to learn what your pivot would be for these trades, right? If it ends up reversing on you, do you take it to the upside, or do you just let it go, right? It just really depends on your trading style. But this right here, as for a 5-point move and you covered right there, that's a beautiful stock. That's a beautiful trade. That's definitely a beautiful trade. Why wouldn't you cover at 5 points rather than getting greedy? And what if it reverses on you on that 5 points anyways? Right. So the shoulda, coulda, woulda. But as far as a day trade is concerned, again, I'm not really excited about this stock. The new level that I see here is if we end up breaking, let's say, the highs, 378.54 could be a short-term level, right? A short-term price level. And then let me set an alert right here. And as for a downturn, right? If you're gonna go short, I would wait until it just breaks the EMA 9 again before going short again. But as far as right now is concerned, we're bouncing in between. I wouldn't take a trade on this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The next stock that we want to cover is Zoom. We talked about Zoom yesterday for an oversold bounce. John, what does Zoom look like?
So for Zoom, if you're looking at it on the daily, yesterday was, a nasty candle for Zoom. That was not the bottom. What we're trying to fish here is today's bottom right here. I did start a position for Zoom because it is oversold. The MACD is, the MACD looks primed. All it has to do is, I'm probably 2 days early. That's why I started a position. But in all reality, if QQQ bounces again tomorrow, this might have some potential on the upside. What we're trying to shoot for is about 294-ish, 293. That's a 14-point move. But, we've seen Zoom do, 10, 20, 30-point moves, in the past. But, overall, Zoom is a volatile stock still. Because yesterday it did a 10-point move yesterday. So, a 10-point move on the upside is easy for Zoom, on the flip side. For this one right here, I'm slightly down. I think I'm down about 10% on my calls, 10 to 15%. But we'll see. We'll see for the next, 40 minutes because this is paired. What I've noticed is that this is paired well with Roku. Roku is also beat up. Roku's oversold. So we're going to put that on our radar as well. If you pair this with Roku bounced. I'm not sure why Zoom, is somewhat lagging. There was no bad news yesterday. The Queen herself bought 240,000 shares of Zoom. So, who knows? If we see a follow up on the for the Qs tomorrow, this might bounce because that lower wick is very promising.
It is. It is very promising. But however, from a day trading perspective, I still haven't taken this trade yet. I'm waiting for this mark that I put on for 284.10 because that is, that's where it kind of rejected off of. So anything above that is a potential buy for me. And again, I'm just being overly cautious and being patient, especially when you're a day trader because you want to be in and out of your positions fairly quickly, right? And that's pretty much it for Zoom. What else? The next stock. Speaking of Roku, let's talk about Roku.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Roku. There you go.
All right. So Roku looks similar. Okay. If you look at the past, 5-7 days, if you compare it with Zoom, Roku has a similar setup. Okay. Roku's beat up. The RSI is below 30. The MACD, it needs probably 1 or 2 more days, green days. I'm talking about green days, for this to move on the upside, for that MACD to curl up and cross the tan line and have some green candles in there. So if you're looking at the RSI, this could potentially, technically, it could bounce. Okay. Our first target is 331. So that's a 13-point move. Again, Roku's done, 20-point moves in the past. So for example, back in September 2nd, it did a 30-point move. Easy. Here. Right? Yeah. So, a 13-point move, possibly tomorrow. Who knows? But I wouldn't hold this up until, Friday. Who knows? If there's a follow-up for QQQs tomorrow, this is a good long for 1 day.
Yep, so. It is hammering on the daily chart here. Yeah. We'll see how this pans out tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the hourly time frames for Roku in the morning because Roku is one of those pretty big beta stocks that move massively as the SPY moves massively. So I definitely like Roku for a watch. As far as a day trading aspect, I would wait until what levels show us tomorrow, and let's pay attention to how the pre-market trading or after hours trading gives us any type of idea or clue as to where this would go. But as right now, we're looking at a Bollinger Band that got pierced, right? And this is gonna potentially either A, bounce to the next Bollinger Band, or consolidate until it reaches the Bollinger Band. So there's two options there, or it might just keep riding it down if this Bollinger Band keeps opening up. But that's pretty much it for today's show. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. If you guys like this information, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, give us a nice thumbs up if you like select content. Because John, if they give us a thumbs down,
you might have to.
She dabbles in horticulture.
Who in the chat room said one of their moms lived in off a monument?
Off a monument. I don't remember, but he said that's not my mom. It was like, that's not my mom.
It ain't my mom.
Oh man, that is so funny. We have a very colorful cast of characters over at Bust Down Investments. So make sure you guys hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. If you guys want to learn how to trade, don't know where to start, or just want to join a group of active traders that have your best interest at heart, make sure you guys hit up our friends over at Bust Down Academy, bustdowninvestments.com. Follow us on social media. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades, Trading Daddies for the both of us. TradingDaddies.com for all your news, your merch. And with that being said, let's get trading. And remember, guys, that the charts don't lie.